Good evening. You're with NDTV 24/7. I'm Shweta Rajpal Kohli. On Rebooting India today, here's what you can expect. An eye on elections. The Raghuram Rajan panel on states says Orissa, Bihar and Madhya Pradesh are the least developed states. Also on the show, we will answer your queries on loans, interest rates, investments. You can ask your questions, and this is how you can ask your questions. Remember, you need to just log on to the second screen application on your iPads, iPhones, handsets. Just log on to the NDTV app and you need to go on to second screen. You can ask your question, you can vote for the question that you like, and we will have our panel of experts answering those questions for you. But before we move on to that, a quick look at the top story that we are tracking for you today. A 6-member expert committee headed by Raghuram Rajan has fixed a new criteria for determining the backwardness of Indian states and has said that Orissa, Bihar and Madhya Pradesh are the least developed states in the country. Of course, Nitish Kumar is celebrating, saying that finally there's a recognition that Bihar is in need of more aid. So let's take a look at the 10 least developed states first. Orissa, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Meghalaya, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan have been categorized as the least developed states. The most developed states include Goa, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Punjab, Maharashtra, Uttarakhand and Haryana. But of course, this is being seen as nothing else but a route for central aid for Bihar, which has been cleared now. The Rajan panel, of course, saying that Orissa and Bihar are least developed, coming after Nitish had demanded a special category status for Bihar. This obviously also coming in the midst of Nitish and Congress political overtures that we've been seeing. Remember, there are 5 Congress and 2 BJP states among the 10 least developed states. And this is clearly paving way for aid for these states ahead of elections. And key poll states of MP, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan are also eligible for this additional aid. Uttar Pradesh also now eligible for the aid. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, of course, says he welcomes the Raghuram Rajan panel report and is hopeful of more aid being given to Bihar.
मैं अपनी प्रसन्नता व्यक्त करना चाहता हूं कि आज इतनी लंबी लड़ाई का पूरे राजनीति का जो एक उसमें जो बातचीत होती है, जो विमर्श होता है, उसको बदला गया। कुछ लोग अन्य चीजों पर लगे रहते हैं। हमने सब दिन कहा कि भाई अकेले बिहार नहीं, बिहार जैसे और राज्य हों, उनको भी दीजिए।
All right, let's now move on and get consumer queries on loans, interest rates, investments, and we've got our guest, Mr. Harsh Vardhan Rungta, CEO of Apna Paisa, now joining us to answer all those queries. And let's try and pull up those questions that we've been getting on our second screen application. The first question, of course, pertaining to the central bank's decision to ban zero interest schemes for consumer goods. Our viewer there asking that why did RBI ban the interest rate scheme for consumer goods? And that's the first question there. Mr. Rungta, could you explain to our viewers the rationale behind the central bank going ahead and banning those zero interest schemes for consumer goods, especially ahead of the festive season? Many consumers were looking forward to such schemes.
Well, Shweta, let me just first clear up a misconception. 0% schemes have been banned 10 years ago. This circular only reiterates, and it's an extremely more detailed circular than the earlier circulars banning 0%, and the tone is extremely strict, which looks like it will this time around RBI will actually enforce this circular. But the 0% has been not been allowed by RBI for quite some time. As to why they do it, I think they've mentioned that in the circular that when discounts are disguised in the interest, it is not a transparent way to sell to consumers, and they want banks to have a transparent way. So essentially, when you look at that mobile phone of 30,000 rupees and you pay for it 2,500 rupees over 12 months, that looks like a good buy, versus the phone being for 27,000 rupees, you still paying that 2,500 rupees for 12 months. That suddenly that interest cost appears to be high. So where the manufacturer passes on the discount to the bank, the consumers like it. When they pass it on to the consumer may or may not like it. So I think this is the irrational behavior of consumers, which I think RBI is forcing them to take a decision based on more transparency. Clearly, it will affect sales.
It is something that's bound to affect sales. The next question coming for you, Mr. Roongta, is on home loans. And a viewer asking if home loan rates are going to rise here on. Of course, we've seen the central bank going ahead and hiking the repo rate. How will it translate into home loan rates? That's a question for you, sir.
Well, home loan rates have risen in the past 45-60 days. And perhaps they will rise a little bit more. So clearly, I think in the next couple of months, we might see some increases, and it will also, of course, depend on the action that the RBI governor takes or RBI takes clearly. But yes, I think even from here, a small increase cannot be ruled out in home loan rates.